How was your last week holiday? How was it? Was it fabulous?
Yeah.
Crazy? Too much? I'm raising my hand. How can we go ahead, put the courage in your hand. Crazy, too much, lots of food, too much food. Lots of partying. Oh, here I go. I'm touching it, aren't I? Mm-hmm. Gary says you can't wear your earrings because of this thing. Well, we'll see. Anyway, it was a wonderful week, and my favorite day then is December 26th. You know why? I can't tell you the last time I slept till noon. That was such a great day. Yeah, really? Oh my goodness sakes. I had Christmas brunch with my kids, and so that starts about 10. And then the next one of my kids and their family they have 3 tiny little sons with a 4th son on the way. They're 4 and under. So they decided they're having their Christmas together, and then at 2 o'clock they came as my older kids, my older son and wife and 2 granddaughters left. So Christmas went morning, afternoon, and then my family all came. My 35 of my closest personal family at 5 o'clock, and it was a very full and beautiful day, and we had a great time. This was a change for me, though, change for all of us, because for years we had this Christmas celebration at our mom, Jeannie Arlen Peterson's house, including when she wasn't really up to par to doing it. We used her home to go celebrate like we were, in this time warp, like we were still her kids. So this was a big change for all of us to come to somebody else's house, and I just had to see if I could do it, what it felt like. And seriously, our intimate family is 38 people with kids and grandkids and great nieces and everything. So I think it went very well. And I thought of something afterwards, Jason. With the amount of hors d'oeuvres people brought, I think we're just doing hors d'oeuvre Christmas dinner next year. Because we had hors d'oeuvres for 2 hours that could have been fine. And dessert, let's go. But I had a whole meal plan, too. Of course, I had to do that. So we had a wonderful day. But I'm always glad when it's over. I have this little thought process that walks through with me during the holidays. I've got 2 shows. I've got the rehearsals. Snuck out and saw my sister for a few days in Palm Springs. And came back, did the show for the family at the Dakota last Sunday. And then Christmas shopping for me and gathering of the things I need for the holiday started Monday. So I get a little overwhelmed in this season. My internal messages are things like, I'm never going to get this done. Why am I doing this? What does this really mean? Did I already buy that person a present? Let's see, if I go shopping for groceries today, all of these little funny messages, and there is a feeling of exhaustion before I get to the day. Anybody else feel that way? What is that? How do you actively simplify that? I mean, that's kind of my own personal quest right now. How do I actively simplify this time of year for me? The Christmas shows are not going to go away. It's one of the biggest things I do all year, is to perform with the girls and with my incredible family. So I'm on a little journey, a little quest how to create that and have more time to give back. Now, I don't know about you and what you did to give back, because this is that time of year you get a lot of messages, whether through the mail or friends, or you're attending a function and people are going for their final end-of-year donation or your favorite charity, don't forget about them. And, the thing I like to do is actively participate in something, and I'd like to do it more than once. At least I got out and rang the bells at a Byerly's with my brother and a few other musicians for the Salvation Army. That was fun. That put me in the spirit. Do you ever do things like that? And it helps get you in the spirit? Whatever that is for you. Some people do have their one charity. My sister's is the Smile Train. And that's her big deal, right down to don't give me a present, help me send money into them, because it's such a great organization for fixing babies around the world when they have a palate issue. But anyway, so I'm just kind of rambling because it feels like now the rest begins, meaning the rest of of just resting my mind, my body, and soul. And this is the time, magically, when we start to go within. And we think about what it is we'd like to manifest in this next year. In the Chinese 5-element theory, winter always talks about going within. And so that when spring comes, you spring forth with the ideas that you have cultivated. And you spring forth with those ideas, putting them into action. And that eventually in the summertime is the time of joy and manifestation, childlike energy. Some of these things that you have thought about within this hibernation period, you can see, visualize to start to come true. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things today. But before I get into all of that, since you've already heard me chat quite a bit about what my week has been like, my month, whatever, I think that we should just have some music right now. What do you think? Yes. Okay, cool. Because we got to, if we're here, you're going to hear some tunes. So let's do a Christmas tune. You guys okay with that? Okay, it's Chestnuts, Jason. Are you singing it? Am I singing it with you? What key are you in?
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos.
Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe. Oh, I forgot the mistletoe in my house. Helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with her eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer
really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids
from 1 to 92.
92, although it's been said many times, many ways.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas
To you.
to yeah. Thank you so very, very, very much. You know, I went through thinking about embracing your humanity, which I'm always grateful for a message and a theme that we can all bring, we resident speakers, to the platform and talk a little bit about what it means to us. And embracing your humanity. Well, okay, humanity. I was really corny and I decided I was going to print off what humanity means. So here we go. Humanity is the human race, which includes everyone on earth. It's also a word for the qualities that make us human, such as the ability to love and have compassion, be creative, not be a robot or an alien. Humanity includes all humans, but it can also refer to the kind feelings humans have for each other. But when you talk about humanity, you could just be talking about the people as a whole. So when people do bad things, it tests your faith in humanity. When people ask for money to help feed starving children, they're appealing to your sense of humanity. It's a noun, it's the human race, the quality of a human being, kindness or mercy. Noun, plural, humanities, all human beings collectively, the human race, humankind, the quality or condition of a human being, human nature, the quality of being humane, kindness and benevolence. That's what humanity and humanities means. And of course, it is also a course you can take in school, but I thought about that when it comes to us and our own personal humanities. And I came across an article that really spoke to me because I think that we do have an opportunity to give at this time or any time in our lives from that place of unconditional love and compassion to others. But there was a talk that I came across, a paper that I came across that really talked about, do we show that same love and compassion for ourselves? Now, this can be a really tough time of year for people. As a matter of fact, one of the Facebook posts that I saw recently was how just exacerbated emotions can get during this holiday time. And it's people who are lonelier, people who are angrier, people who are happier probably. I mean, I think we can pick out the words and have that a little more intensified aspect to that emotion. But throughout the year, we have these opportunities where we are forced, whether we like it or not, to be into these situations where maybe something crummy is going on in our lives. And we retreat down a hole, even with as much work as we think we might be doing in our spiritual lives, to a hole of thinking that we're the only person that is going through this. Job change, divorce, move, parents aren't well, everybody has a job but me. And you stay stuck in that hole of, oh my gosh, and you forget about the fact that you have to have compassion for your own humanness. And when I say humanness, is these things happen to people. Things happen to people on a regular basis. And depending upon how buoyant you're feeling or who you're hanging out with or whatever might be going on in your life, you can either, from whether it's your studies or just, you've had a great workout, you can be at the top rung of the ladder, I call it. And you can see how some of these things that are out of place in your life are supposed to be fitting together, and maybe even why some things aren't supposed to be fitting together. For example, I lost my job when I was doing talk radio. They were making a transition into more of a news format, and I was definitely more of a morning magazine type of a format person. Oh, crushed me for such a long time. I was in that hole. Was not fun. But do you know that my intuition told me for 6 months to get out of there? I was not put on this planet for that. Where I didn't listen to it. And there is that aspect of, if you don't listen to your intuition, the universe is going to create it for you. And it did. And I recovered. And it took a while. But as a result of it, I started delving into even more topics in my downtime than when I was having my nighttime show. I had moved from nighttimes to the morning show for that magazine-oriented program. But the nighttime was spirituality and alternative medicine and things, the feel-good things that really broadened who I was. It was my college. It was amazing. So now I had this clean slate and this opportunity to start going for what it was that I was learning. I mean, I even got to that gig because I highly believe that the 7 spiritual laws of success that Deepak Chopra wrote about 25 years ago, there was a chapter about intention and desire. And all I wanted to do was get to that job and help them out. I had a lot of knowledge. I was already on the path. I was a seeker. And I let it go. I mean, that is the thing. I let it go. And before I know it, I got a call out of the blue. I didn't want anybody's job. I wasn't going to be there to take anyone's job. I just thought, it's an extension of talking to audiences. Well, the call I got was to replace, or to fill in for someone who was moving here, and so it was overnight. And I'm telling you, I got that call, and it felt like, I want to do this, I want to do this. Holy cats, I'm freaked out, I'm scared. But I met some of the coolest people when I finally said yes, but it was like, do you remember the thrilling of your stomach when you go down a roller coaster? No, it's not something I do anymore, but it was like, yeah. Every time I thought about being on the radio with 50,000 watts, getting to 38 states, you can't even go there because it's overwhelming. But I embraced it, and I learned, and I loved who I became during that time. The depth of what I was learning before I got there increased because of who I was in the eyes of the community, in the spiritual book world, in the alternative medicine world. I became the consummate listener and the platform for these people. What I'm trying to say is that when I went down that hole of I lost my job, I didn't listen to my intuition, when they went to a different format, I was stunned. I was stuck. It took me a long time to pull out of it. I took hands-on healing classes that sort of helped me get my glue together from the inside out. And as I went from that valley, climbing back up that mountain to the peak, I realized that Humpty Dumpty could get glued back together again and be even better. Not tooting my own horn, but the depth of what I learned in that time was amazing. So I had this unbelievable, one of many opportunities to embrace my own humanness, my own humanity. And that self-compassion took a while. There's like 50,000 thoughts a day that we think. And sometimes those 50,000 thoughts a day are, why me, why me, why me? And sometimes they're, I know I can do this, I know I can do this, let's see if I just do this. Maybe there's a way, look, now, if this happens, then maybe this will come to me. And, you eventually get your belief back in yourself. You've rested. You've had people who you've reached out to or have come to you with compassion to help to create this buoyancy back again in you. And time, of course, time. And doing some internal work, of course. So this human compassion that we're supposed to have for our own humanity, sometimes it doesn't really work that way. And in some of the other papers that I was looking at, there was this person who said, you have to give yourself that gift of reaching out when you feel like that. Because we all go through it. We all go through those times where we think that we are the only person who has lost the job and everybody else has a job, or who has nobody else is sick, it's just me, why me? These are human things that happen to us. And we need each other to climb out of it. But you have to have compassion for yourself first. You have to realize that it's okay to talk about it and not stay in your darkness or your questioning. Because, first of all, right here, those of you who are sitting here in this spiritual community, I know that you've been on a path for a while. You wouldn't be sitting here. And I often say that when I'm standing on this platform. But that doesn't mean we're perfect. That doesn't mean that we don't show up with a smile, but deep down inside we are not as happy as we could be, not as feeling as productive as we could be. I'm going to take these off, Gary, because I hear it. My snowflakes were cute for a minute, but they're hitting the microphone. Uh-huh. Yes, you are. Now be quiet. Oh, heavens. Okay. I could play right, if they were the jingly kind. Anyway, Let me tell you about this paper because you can find it yourself too. Dr. Kristen Neff is who wrote this. One of the most important elements of self-compassion is the recognition of our shared humanity. We talked about that. Compassion is by definition relational. Compassion literally means to suffer with. The emotion of compassion springs from the recognition that the human experience is imperfect, that we are all fallible. Why else would we say it's only human? It's only human when we're going to comfort somebody, right? Somebody who has made a mistake. And when we're in touch with our common humanity, we remember that feelings of inadequacy and disappointment are definitely universal. This is what distinguishes self-compassion from self-pity. I thought that was an interesting comparison. Self-pity, where you get stuck and stay stuck. Some people might call it the victim mode, right? Self-pity is the poor me voice. Self-compassion recognizes suffering is a part of the shared human experience. Therefore, you go out and you say, the pain that I am feeling in difficult times is the same pain that you feel in difficult times. And the triggers are different, the circumstances are different, the degree of pain is different, but basically, the experience is the same. So you come from that wellspring of life experience when you are offering compassion and to humanity to that person because you have shown yourself compassion for your humanness. You have to love and forgive yourself in order for you to bring that out into the universe. A lot of times people just don't simply focus on what they have in common with others. If you're feeling ashamed or if you're feeling inadequate, it's not something that you want to really talk about. I mean, that's a human experience too. Rather than putting their imperfections out there in the light, they are more likely to become isolated, which we've already touched on as well. Even when we're having a painful experience, even when it's not our fault, and we've talked about that, the being laid off of a job or being ill, this shouldn't be happening to me, and you get stuck in the why did it happen to me? It shouldn't be happening to me. It just feels incredible to not have the light of wisdom during the dark times, even when you're a seeker. But I remember calling a girlfriend of mine who's spoken here too, her name is Kat, during one of my times of really feeling low and crummy in the world. And she said, Patty, this is when you get your spiritual soul food. This is when we all get our spiritual soul food. Because something eventually moves you off that valley and gives you a little tidbit of information. And when you're climbing out of that area, you expand who you are as a spiritual being having a human experience. Your light will be brighter. Your light will touch many because of a conscious choice to go out and take the wisdom of what you've learned from that time of being in the valley and touching other people with that wisdom. You take that wisdom. It's our responsibility. I mean, as spiritual beings, we want to take what we've learned and turn it around and help the next person with that wisdom. That's human nature. That's being in service. That's God. He who abides in love abides in God and God in him. I think that's in the chapter of John. This is what we do, and we learn from these experiences. So, the story and the essence of embracing your humanity is about embracing your own self on your path when you are going through things in life. Now, I think that one of the resolves is, how do you do that? How do you get to a place of someone who has had the habit of maybe disappearing when they've been going through problems and not reaching out and not talking? Has anybody had that opportunity where they've actually had the courage to call up a friend and that friend you might not even get to the darkness of what it is you're feeling, but because you've spent a few minutes with that friend mirrors back to you some of your fabulous qualities And pretty soon it fills a little bit of the reservoir that feels empty. And you're compassionate enough with yourself to allow that to happen, that allowingness, okay? And when that does happen, you take this reservoir that begins to get filled up more and more. You sit with the next person. They say a few nice things to you. We want to help each other. It's our nature. But the biggest thing for me is that when you recognize your own humanness on this path, you have the ability to love yourself and show that out in the world, where loving yourself becomes an example. Doesn't mean things will be easy, ever. No, it doesn't. In this time of reflecting on how to go into the new year, if you're feeling a little down during this time of the holidays, and you know, oh my gosh, now it's resolution time. How can I take this place where I am and bring it into the new year with new resolutions of how I am going to be in this next year coming? That's a really difficult thing to try to do, especially when you are losing your compassion for yourself. Now, something that needs to happen, and I'm going to raise my hand because I'm not really good at this, is quiet time. That time where you can connect with the divine presence. That time where you take a few cleansing breaths, and pretty soon your heart isn't racing. Breathing gets you in touch with your body, with your surroundings. We do it at services often, where we're guided through a meditation. And we really get in touch with how we are doing. And that is missing, I think, too much in people's lives. How many people actively meditate? Okay. How many people are meditators when they're moving? Get more ideas, get more... Okay, I think I'm a moving meditator. If I'm walking, just if I'm doing the dish, another voice that doesn't belong to me will pop in a little, yeah, the kind of a thing. And it's like, okay, that was not my voice. Somebody's trying to talk to me. I'm definitely more of one of those, because when I slow down long enough and I'm meditating, I have to be careful not to go totally under. And I want to be able to hear the message Spirit's giving me. So I have found that walking usually is my time of meditation, and that's okay, whatever works for you. So in that time of meditation, have your questions ready if you're confused. Make sure that when you're in that place of meditation or asking for divine guidance, you really try to go with an open heart. Not with an angst of where you want to see yourself or why can't I get through this. Breathe and let it take you into a place of truth. So, self-compassion, breath, truth. Because where there is truth, there is love. There is self-love. And it brings you out of the ego. The ego is head, okay? Head is where, why me? Why am I sick? How come everybody else is working and I'm not? You have to be able to get back to the place of your heart where the truth is, where the divine wisdom is, and you have to imagine what it could be like if you fill in the blank. Eventually what happens is you're no longer on the bottom rung of the ladder, which is what I feel like I am when I am just not making sense out of life right now. I was having a spell in the fall, really tough. As a matter of fact, last time I spoke here, I felt like, what do I have to say to them? Because I am stuck. I think I referred to it too, as a matter of fact. But the truth is, when you can come from your place of your heart, that's what taps into divine wisdom. Flowing through me, blesses and multiplies, right? If it's here, it's more angst, and you're going to make it happen. And then it doesn't happen, there's the disappointment. Breathe and go back into whatever that truth is and visualize who it is that you want, how you see yourself in a year from now. Visualize how you could get there. Don't let yourself not imagine. You have to imagine. I'm giving you a lot of homework. Self-compassion, love yourself, talk to people, then breathe, go from the place in your heart, the truth, the divine centeredness, the spiritual consciousness, and divine guidance. That's all part of what this message is. And I am going to do a meditation coming up here in just a minute. But what you get to do once you embrace your own divinity, your own humanity, both things, and you really have compassion for yourself, you can have compassion for your dreams. You really can. Because when you start to breathe lighter, you have that opportunity to really see and feel and experience divinely led God's wisdom. And when you feel that flutter in your heart, you know that love comes from a higher place. If you look at a child, that flutter in your heart, that love is coming from a higher place. And then you visualize for yourself, what is it that I want to do? When I can crawl, when I love myself and have compassion enough to come out of this place of humanness that's making me feel stuck, you will also realize the gift that this stuck feeling is giving you. Because where there is darkness, there is light. This gives you the soul food to bring you to the light. It helps you to realize that maybe some of the choices haven't been so great. How do you cast divine wisdom on that so that as you're moving towards the light again, you make choices that are more knowledgeable to keep you moving towards the light. That's the kind of thing to think about. So, in this loving of ourselves, in this self-compassion, in this embracing of our own personal humanity, this compassion for where we are in our lives at this very moment. Remember that you are a child of God, and that each and everything that you do and each and everything that you are feeling in your life brings you to a higher place and a desire to stay connected to the divine. And with that, I'm going to ask you to do a cleansing breath now with me. That compassion for yourself. Do you get stuck? Do you do it often enough? All right, Jason, let's go into some music, because now we're going to visualize from this place of compassion, moving into the energy of the new year, taking the visualization of where we would like to be in the next year, 1 year from now. Check in with your heart center. Feel that chair underneath you. Do another breath. Negativity on that exhale all goes out. Breathe again and feel your heart center. You can put your hand over it if you'd like. In this place of quiet is great wisdom. And in that great wisdom lies compassion for ourselves. In that compassion for ourselves, we tap into forgiveness for things that we think were mistakes. Things that will become learning tools to move us forward into higher choices as we walk with divine guidance. Recognize those things that you want to forgive right now. See how good it feels to just relax after the busy week. And you children of God, as you move into the energy of the new year, one of the greatest times for manifesting that energy into propelling forward the things that you choose to create in this life. Take a moment to think about where you would like to see yourself in 1 year. No negative voices. No, but no voices like you can't do that because it's the ego. Where do you see yourself in 1 year? What do you look like? Are you taking care of yourselves? Do you have a better eating program? Do you have a better physical exercise program? Have you accomplished that? Take a moment. Do you see yourself there? Take that same energy right now that we have going into the new year and think about your relationships. Think of how you want them to be. The relationship with your coworkers, that relationship with your family, your friends, and that relationship with yourself. Visualize your wildest dreams. Don't censor it. How does that look and feel to you? And do you like that? Now you take the same energy and you look at what has been blocking you. Love, bless, and release it. And say, thank you for being such a good teacher to me. But I choose to move into the energy of the new year on a path for my highest good. Your truth center, your heart, your divinely ordained and guided self, your higher self, is who's at play right now. And see those things. See who you will be. No restrictions. Not enough money? Don't think like that. If I could only. You fill in that blank. The picture from 1 year from this point. Does that person have smiles? Do you feel prosperous? Do you see these things for yourself? Is there love in your relationships? And when you look at yourself, are you happy? Is that face in the mirror winking back at you? But this is how we co-create with the divine. We can choose to live our gifts no matter what. No apologies. Explanations with compassion, yes. But first, compassion for yourself, which is in your heart. Compassion for others going through things that you might have gone through. And a choice to co-create in a world where we are divinely guided and the messages that we get are of hope, beauty, friendship, love, and above all, gratitude. So sit for a moment while Jason's playing and just see yourself in 1 year from now. And let it make you smile, because that is from your heart, your truth center, your divinely ordained center. Wave a fond goodbye, but know that it is not a real goodbye. It's I'll see you in a year. And hold that person in your heart. Have that person that you visualized walk with you hand in hand from this moment on. And with love and compassion for yourself, embracing your own humanity as you embrace others. You will be divinely led to that visualization that you just created for yourself. And at the time of the new year, the energy is great. At the time of your birthday, I invite you to do that again. I invite you to take a moment and see where you're at with that visualization. And every time you feel your heartbeat, know that you are here for a reason. So take the heart and the smile in your hearts. Take another cleansing breath. Exhale. Feel the chair underneath you. Take another breath. Come back into the room and begin to open your eyes as you wish. And know that you are love, you are light, and you are God. Thank you. All right. Time for music. Lean on. Woo! Sometimes in our life, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Say, please swallow your pride. If I have the things you want to borrow, oh, for no one can fill all of your needs. Here, you won't let them show. You just call on the brother if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I will help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Sing it with me. You just call on the brother if you need a hand.
We all need somebody to lean on.
You just might have a problem, just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Well, if there is a Lord, you have to bear that you can carry. Yeah. Hey, said I'm right up the road. Hey, I'll share your load if you just call me. Call me. Say,
Call me.
come on.
Call me.
Call me. Come on, I said, just call. I will walk with you. Call me. Yeah, yeah.
Call me.
Call me. Yeah. Thank you so much. I love being here. Thank you. I'm going to hand it to you. Do you want to just sing this one?
You sing with me.
All right, I'm singing with him, and I need the words.
When the night
has
come and the land is dark
and the land is
and the
dark.
moon is the only light we see.
No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. This is in your key.
So darling,
Darling, stand
by
by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh.
darling, won't you stand by me?
Stand by me. Stand by me.
If the sky we look upon
Ooh, yeah, I grew it out.
should tumble and fall,
I didn't put my
and
Fitbit
the
on.
mountains should crumble into the sea,
To the sea, yeah.
I won't cry,
I won't cry.
I won't cry,
I won't cry.
no, I won't shed a single
Yeah.
tear, just as long as you stand by me.
Here we go, you guys. Darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. This is a boy key. Stand by me. Darling, stand by me. Hey, just stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Yeah, stand by me. One more time. Darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Have a great new year. God Yes, thanks everybody. Woo, you're so welcome. Thanks everybody.